Thinking about the Nautilus, could have been another choice. That's a lot of hard CC for some of the, those champions on the other side. They're going to be jumping around very slippery, like Ezreal, like Aurora. But instead, just taking the Rakan away. It's huge. Every time. Delight, just a simple combo on the Duro. Again, I really don't think that they can fight over this, but Hanwha Life Esports might try to force it anyway.
Trying to look for a steal, maybe. Just get the one with the smite, but he really shouldn't be allowed to, and it looks like Hanwha Life also knows this. This is a 4 versus 4. Chovy, Zeka both have their ultimates available.
I mean, there's an opportunity if they could chip away at Gen.G, but instead Peanut just going to get knocked up here. Does go into his untargetable state there with his W, but Canyon just chipping away, looking for the smite steal is Peanut, and he will not get it. So 3 go the way of Gen.G. About setting up some more vision around there. Or maybe just a gank on a mid here, as Zeka has gone a bit too far forward, as this is Ari-Vi, and he is not able to dash out of the way of that combo, as first blood is given over to Chovy quite easily. Would love to have, 4+ grubs, of course. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a huge win condition, especially if he's going into the Mbessa. So might as well just pick up the first dragon, give her over the grubs, and look towards the bottom side of the map. That is just fine, as you do have this very fed Chovy Ari in the mid lane that you can play around as the game comes along. Gen.G currently about 1,300 gold in the lead as well.
Amplification as well as the burn on the Andres. While being really beefy as Zeus.
Yeah, he's pretty far up the lane as Canyon just waiting for the exact right moment to go ahead and press his R button, as that is a very easy punish for Canyon. So you wanted to see his Vi do some things in this game. It already has a couple of assists. Not knowing if the Fury was still there. Zeka on the top side, and again, the Ari-Vi comes together for this kill as Zeka, he drops down the ult, but it's not enough to get away. Even the ramping damage doesn't take out Canyon. Going here maybe onto Chovy, as there's the ult, he does go in, but again, Chovy pretty tanky, as it doesn't look like he will get out of this one though, and a big shutdown does go the way of Peanut.
And even with the charm, the kill, you trade one for him, you get the turret as well. Only downside is that you won't be able to immediately turn this into a Herald. It looks like Gen.G instead is playing towards the bot side of the map. Should be able to pick up the Dragon here instead.
Trying to make something happen onto Ruler, but again, he has that BT finish, and he has plated Steel Cap. So Viper trying to do damage to Ruler is just kind of funny at this point in time. It's not a real thing. Peanut was able to pick up the Rift Herald, though. Is going to make his presence felt in mid. But, okay, trying to get in now as Duro is going to stop that attempt. Is Rakan. Peanuts still continuing the chase and still making his presence felt. He said, you gave me the Fury, I will make you pay for it. But now there's 4 members of Gen.G, and Peanut has to flash away, and the MF comes in and just punishes him. Peanut not respecting Gen.G, and he gets clapped for it as Delight as well. Another casualty on the board.
It's 20 seconds till the Dragon. Hanwha Life, they're here very early. I think this is going to give you opportunity as the TP comes in.
Well, Delight trying to bait the engage onto him, but that TP from Chovy pretty far a bit away. But when he gets there, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with as Duro does go in. The ult from Ruler, not the best, but Duro will go down, and Chovy not able to do too much so far, but Nefiri, Peanut does hit the ground. Zeka incredibly low himself, and Gen.G's wallets just a bit too large for the side of Hanwha Life Esports. Only Vipers here. He couldn't join the play. It was just too far away from him. It's not even his fault as he gets taken out as well. It is an ace for Gen.G, and that'll be the Dragon get there. She's still supporting the Platinum Katarina one trick. And we'll see how that support does go. Trying to do with this draft, including the first pick Nefiri, which I feel like is still a good idea. I don't really feel like the draft was a huge issue for them. But now, Gen.G just, gonna blow up the Mbessa. Not very tanky at this point as Zeus, obviously, so he just gets one shot by a massive safe of gold on top of his head. Chovy is Ari, so even though he took a little bit of damage, he's totally fine. The flash on in from Delight, but can they actually kill Ruler? He just ults in their face, and they're not able to do anything to him. As, Zeka gonna hit the floor as well, and Viper is gone. That is a clean ace. We're only 23 minutes in.
But unfortunately, even that, the goal was just too big. And Gen.G coming out swinging here in the first game of LCK. Now, to remember, Going back to LCK Cup, they really weren't that good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very telling.
it's not that we were saying they weren't that good. It's just that they were so close, and they barely couldn't get that first place. So
In the Ornn game, they felt really bad.
yeah, they did.
I
I mean, it happens. You know, teams are learning fearless as well, so some of the choices weren't exactly the best in the drafts. But now we're going to have another fight. We'll see how this one goes as Gen.G just totally pull off of the Baron. Duro gets low, but that's the only guy who's going to get low in this fight. So, yeah, Peanut and the rest of the boys just kind of run away. Delight thinking about an engage here. They still have Otacon, so yeah, you're only getting a little bit of gold even if you do force them to withdraw at this point. So
Hail Mary number 2.
Hail Mary number 7, it feels like, as Toby. Okay.
That's a tank.
Yeah, well, they exhausted him, and that didn't do all that much. Nice little flash on in and hammer back onto Azeka as well. Looking pretty fun. This game is a done deal, and I think that Gen.G are having their fun as well and are trying to send a message that when it comes to best of threes, we are on top, actually. We're the better team, as maybe Hanwha Life Esports a little bit of a first stand hangover, but all the props going over to Gen.G as well, as especially Canyon has made this Vi look incredibly strong, and eventually they will get Viper, surely. Oh, nice. Good play.
It's actually, it's correct, right?
Yeah.
To wait as long as possible to kill him there. But it also is really funny.
Yeah.
So it kind of works on both levels, which I do appreciate.
He didn't want to get disengaged coned.
Yeah, you need to make sure you actually kill him, right? Otherwise, it's so awkward.
Might
And, explain that.
It was very funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Don't
Anyway,
know if you're speaking the
Hex
truth or
Soul
not. Come
will
on,
be
man.
taken by Gen.G. I mean, yeah. It's a 2-level difference in the jungle, and it's a 17,000 gold lead for Gen.G. So eventually they'll just press their buttons and put them out of their misery after doing enough mental damage as well, as another charm is going to land. Chovy just not missing those today. And yes, Gen.G have finally had their fill. They have had their fun, and they will end this game. Surely, okay, they're going to kill Nefiri, they're going to kill Peanut one more time, and then they'll take down the Nexus 24-2. The kill score as Gen.G send a message in game 1.
So much front-to-back power. You have the only thing that really they're lacking is reliable engage, but the range for Gen.G is pretty limited. It's really just Chovy and Ruler to a certain extent with his rockets. Why not pick Ashe? You have a guy that's known for being pretty good on the champion.
Yeah. That is a very good question. Well, we're not going to learn about it just yet. As the flash comes in, Ruler, the tanking from Delight, excellent as well. He does flash away from Duro, as Viper's still getting to work here onto this Nautilus. Even a rock going to hit him in the face as follow-up dive potential, but you don't have to do this, but it looks like they do want to go ahead and go for it, but he just gets knocked into the wall. There's the shield as Peanut. The last auto after the flash as Viper gets executed. It is a big win for Hanwha Life in the bottom lane dive. They pick up 2.
Oh, again, Kenya's on the top side of the map. And now this play basically has to work for Gen.G not to be in deep trouble. And this alone isn't going to bail him out, but Zeus will be big.
The flash hop for the slow. Zeus just going to accept his fate. Yeah, he could have maybe flashed, but says, nah, I'm dead. As the level 3 Corking Yank going to work out.
I kind of wonder if he flashes, because Buddha didn't have flash, right? Is all Keen. This is exactly what happened to Zeus in the last game.
Yeah, and now you got Braum here. Keen might just be dead. He doesn't have the flash. So fast forward here from Viper to execute him. Does take down the Gnar. And now you've got the same lane. You don't win ever, even with Viper chunked out.
Canyon has been farming up a Storm, though, which mainly is built him an experience lead. Obviously, the kill and assist mean that we do still have Peanut ahead. They have to fight, right? Like, you have to play for these skirmishes. You don't really have a choice here as Gen.G to not opt into this, but I don't think they're feeling too great about it.
I mean, at least Canyon got the smite on the Grub. Chovy level 6, so is Zeka, as looking for the engage. Peanut getting pretty low as he does not get over the wall, and the divide comes through from Chovy. That's going to be 3 kills for Gen.G. As Hanwha Life, they say, this should be our fight for free. They do not respect the damage of Gen.G, and they get punished. Our Viper and Delight trying to use that level 6 with the arrow, but it doesn't amount to too much, as now Trying to make something happen here onto Delight. Level 6 first for Duro. Delight is trying to hop on over, but he's not quite able to, and Viper is just going to be given on over as he does not have his flash. He's free food for the Azir.
Gold early on. Now a 1K gold lead.
Yeah, it's definitely been a big flip, and now we're looking for a fight on the bottom side here. Keen is low. Zeus desperately trying to get an execution. Not going to happen, and now the Impale. But who's winning this fight? Delight and Peanut do 0 damage, maybe negative damage. And Keen's got Meganar, so they just have to back away after the Impale that does nothing.
As you point out, the arrival of Canyon, the arrival of Chovy, the arrival of Duro, in these moments has been consistently great. Feels like every play that Hanwha Life tried to goes for, Gen.G reads well and responds, and every play Gen.G goes for Hanwha Life just doesn't quite seem to be ready. As it's not the end of the world for Hanwha Life. I do think that this time around, I give them a big edge when it comes to the 5v5s. Even as good as Gen.G's comp is, I do think they should struggle if Hanwha Life can actually play with the Delight and Peanut in the front. But if they fall too far behind in the lanes, and they just never get to have any cryo, like how realistic is the chance of you actually getting a clean 5v5?
I mean, it might just end up like game 1, right?
Yeah.
Where the lead just becomes too large that
we're getting there.
Hanwha Life's comp, it does a thing, but they're not allowed to do anything. He's going to go mini. He's got Canyon on the way, but that is a Xin Zhao. We even got Viper here as well. The World Ender is in. The arrow going to hit Canyon, but he is Xin Zhao. And he does go for that ult. Peanut looking for the Impale, and he is going to get him with just the edge of that one. Keen does get taken down as Zeus does get his revenge. And maybe we should fight over this objective instead. At the moment, though, he has to run into Peanut as the Impale comes through.
No flash.
And no flash. He is Xin Zhao, though. So he does press his R button himself and does get away. Zeus also pretty low. Duro on the left side getting caught out big time, and he doesn't have flash either. And that is just a free Nautilus, as that is what we were expecting the Nautilus to do in this game. Although Peanut now going to be caught out himself, gets stunned up there, and down he will go. And so that's actually a winning trade for Gen.G at the end of the day, because they re-enter that brush, and Gen.G immediately punish.
Not Peanut's best day. I'm going to blame on his old teammates being, the pressure is just too much for the old Tiger.
Maybe it's Minju in the audience. He's just really nervous. He's getting sweaty palms.
Yeah.
Game 1. So he's doing pretty well for himself. And with that, I mean, Gen.G, they got the Infernal Drake, and now they're getting the Rift Heralds. Again, the gold is even, but just based on the way a lot of these fights are playing out, it does feel like outside of the one Duro mistake, Gen.G are playing smarter League of Legends today.
Into a real side lane threat is a big win as well. This Chovy, are they going to really look for a play here?
Oh god, that arrow is going to hit him right in the face, and the Chaos Storm is right on top of it. And so that's an easy kill on the Chovy. Thought he could stay safe under the turret and be able to dash away, but the arrow just caught him off guard. So a nice play from Viper to land that one. We do have the Rift Herald in mid.
Yeah. And
a big wave. So at the end of the day, is this a win for Gen.G? I mean, Hanwha Life, they got the kill. They took down Chovy. Fight of 2 items. Whereas the Ashe a little bit more of, I provide engage. They have damage elsewhere. The arrow this time going to sail wide, and Canyon, very tanky, is going to tank up a lot of this, but does get stunned. They're still continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao as Duro in the front line as well. Zeus gets in, and the Impale is big, but Chovy lights up 3 and locks them down. Peanut as well over the wall will be taken out eventually, and they were just all baited until Chovy got there and put them in the ground.
It's spring and Chovy is here, ready to play some video games. Didn't even need his flash for that, by the way.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka.
Oh, Zeka. Oh, my boy Zeka. Yeah, he's dead. That is a shutdown over to Ruler. So you wanted to see the team fights to really see where this game was going, Chronicler.
And this was Peanut CC. So a lot of damage goes into Duro and Canyon, and guess what?
Go, go, go. Oh. And he was able to line it up pretty nicely. Keen is taking a bunch of damage. He will be punished. Not sure what happened there. He was in the middle of his wave. But the arrow's still hitting. The one in the fight did not hit. But again, even if it did hit, it would have hit like Xin Zhao. Yeah. And Delight was caught up a little bit on the controller. Duro, he is not going to spot Zeus hopping the wall. and so will take a huge amount of damage, but Root comes in, and guess what? He's taking up the damage! He's not gonna die this time, but it is Zeus who does get baited by it.
And that's a costly death. That's going to be... You can't play both sides of the map. Keen has TP available. Can join at a moment's notice, and there's the T flank.
Oh, they're going to catch Tovi. He does go into the Zhonya's, but I think they might have the damage. Tovi, he does get the split, but now Keen shows up, and that might be enough here for Gen.G. It wasn't a clean fight, but it's still a win as Peanut picks up 1,000 gold on that Corky. Ruler had a gigantic shutdown to be taken here. And yes, Gen.G, it's, 3 kills for 4 kills, but, for Hanwha Life, they stop the Baron. They have TP coming in. Peanut is, he's okay. He's trying his best, but
yeah,
not going to happen.
My bad, I said Peanut can go for this. I meant Zeka. Zeka also thought that. Clearly couldn't. As I think that there might actually be a turnaround opportunity there, but instead, he just kind of ends up going down. And this is the second play where Gen.G is in a much better position. Peanut isn't here because he got taken down. Zeka walks up. Keen just throws him into the wall. Yeah. That's going to be the Baron, and that is probably the 2-0 about to be locked in. Gen.G repeating the feat that they were capable of in the first series in LCK Cup. Man.
And the series looks kind of similar. It's a beatdown from Gen.G. It's not very close. I mean, this game was close for a while, but then it wasn't. As here comes Tovi, level 17, and guess what, Duro? He's baiting them all in, and he dies. He fulfills everything. He does his to-do list, including the death at the end, as the rest of the team follows up and picks up the kills. And it's just over. 29 minutes, Gen.G will take down the 2-0 here on a Hanwha Life, as it looks like Ruler will be punished for playing with his food there, nice and pale from the side of Peanut, as Tovi and Canyon, they want to continue to send the message, but the Nexus dies first, and that will be the end of this series.
Well, team fighting power can struggle a little bit with range into some of the champions on DN Freecs. We don't really have guaranteed lockdown for Ezreal, so Berserker can be a problem. Also playing at the Skarner Alistar. I do think that's a bit iffy. Because so Life tried to knock him back into his team as Dudu.
Oh, Dudu's in a lot of trouble. That exhaust getting some big value as the Ghost was used by Dudu, but no flash. Means he's still safe. Sponge did not have flash himself because he had to use it to get away from the Alistar, which means that the gank amounts to nothing.
Sponge does have Smite though, as does Pioshik though. I think Pioshik should get this. There it is, free grubs. That's the way the cookie crumbles, Valdez. No.
Well said.
Yeah, nothing there for DRX.
Flash, you're in a lot of trouble. Like, you might be able to set up something if your team...
Ando?
Yeah, he just flashed in place.
He also does not...
DRX?
Does not have
Are you okay?
Cookies.
Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Yes. Okay.
No!
Well, we got an engage here on a Dudu as everything's missing, but it doesn't matter. They still kill him, and first blood is finally had.
You know, only a single plate has been taken.
Yukao does have flash. Looks like Pioshik doesn't want to throw out an ult, just try to bait a flash. Dudu, there were pings in the river, but he did not see them. He is dead again, and this time it is Teddy who picks up the kill in the top lane. Andil and Sponge there to get the kill.
Flashback, which is good. Could have had that up, but wasn't the case. It's Yukao.
Uh-oh, in a bit of trouble. You see the ult to try to just peel for him, but he's just a Corky. The stun comes in, and Yukao says, I'm dead. I'm not even gonna flash. No real reason to. Andil also gets caught in the crossfire. Sponge, he tried desperately to help them, but instead, this is DNF picking up 2 kills.
Something really silly. Quite thin, Valdez. And Yukao, unfortunately there, did not walk on the right side of that line.
He does walk the line very often, but this time...
That was not it.
That's kind of important to the story.
There's only one good one.
But yeah, Challengers is great, so that team understands.
I'm not no bro anti, but it's blow it up as Bulldog.
Oh, this time right on the mark, and Bulldog just had no chance. It just came at him so quickly. It was pretty much a free kill, so nicely done by Sponge. He's been very proactive on the Sejuani, making the ganks happen. And this time he gets another one.
That was a long amount of time on Dale.
He's just hanging out. Pioshik is also here. So he's going to get locked into the wall and the Impale. And again, Andal also has his flash, but doesn't bother to use it. That's becoming a theme in this game.
Yuka's going to get the topside turret. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be feats going to DRX. Just... I want to see a team. I want to see a team fight. I've not been the biggest fan of how these two teams have moved around the map. I imagine that's what was spammed when we talked about the cookies. You know, G-Sun with Sunnies just eating a cookie.
Yeah. Probably.
Art still procs.
Wow, Life found a great angle here on a UCal as the Impale does fly in a direction, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, now we're just TPing in to die. Dude is just dead. And so maybe Life, he gets a 3-man knockup, but he can only live for so long. Meanwhile, Pilsik's like, why'd you knock him into me? I didn't want to fight that. As he's going to run away. Bulldog also on the run here. Hops the wall. Rich doesn't look like he'll follow up. So that's a good team fight for DRX at least, regardless of how it looked.
How does Life knock UCal into his team and then somehow UCal is just fine, flash. So like, so they use all their ults and then Dudu TPs!
Yeah.
Into 5 people!
By his entire team.
Well, the game's not over. But I do think that DRX is going to be feeling pretty good because the team fighting is amazing, right? And I do still think that the DN Freecs comp has a lot of power. Pressure in mid, then rotating into the enemy jungle, setting up UCal safely for side. UCal, by the way, is going to hit his 2-item power spike, and he's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just UCal either. I mean, he's hitting his 2-item power spike. So you got to find UCal, but he's relatively safe. They have a very strong front line. There's just not a lot of value for her, I think, in this situation. As nice little knock-up. Andal going to throw out the ult just to try to survive, as now TP's coming in, but Andal's already dead. Life on the run. He is going to flash away, but the ult goes into Pilsik as he's desperately running away from the woman with scissors, as Rich is just running forward into all of them and doing incredible amounts of damage. The flash on in to secure the kill as well. Just the icing on the cookie.
By the end of it, Rich is fed. He's shredding people. DRX team fighting well against the world. I think Pyosik has been fine, but his ultimates have also unfortunately not been it. As, you guys couldn't see the expression that Felix made, but
yeah,
very funny.
Uh-oh. Bulldog on the run. The flash forward, of course, UCal's going to go for it. He's got Otacon as he picks up a kill. That will be his second of the contest. And that's what happens when you try to play up against a 1-3-1 and actually take fights when you're this far behind.
It'll be nice here, but the Dragon is something that's a future problem. You know, DN Freecs did pick up one Drake of their own, but it feels like they are, and this is something that kind of surprised me during LCK Cup as well. They feel like a team. You know, there's been games where Rich just ends up falling too far behind. There's games where Sponge just doesn't really get anything going. A full item and a half up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe UCal jumps into Pyosik again. That's how they can win. I can see it.
Yeah, well, Pyosik's going to jump into UCal, and there is the Impale, the equalizer over the top, but also the bullet time is going to do quite a number. Both of the supports are out of this one. Rich, though, is just so fed. He's going so deep for this. He takes him down, but that's a 1-for-1, and Berserker's full health. An angle for him to maybe get something going. It ends up being an equal trade between the two teams, but Berserker got like 900 gold from Rich. Eventually a Cloud Soul as well. Your scaling is fantastic. The Valkyrie Inn actually baits DNF into a fight that is not good for them. Rich going extremely deep, but this time he is able to get away with it, as continuing to taste him down does go into Zhonya's, which ends up being totally fine. Little ult here, bullet time comes in from Teddy, goes into the barrier. And he gets a bit low himself as Bulldog going in. There's the Impale on a UCal, but it is a debate once again. That's going to be another kill. No, they're all going so deep and getting taken down by Berserker once again. Looks like Bulldog did pick up the 1 kill.
Happened. So
after he re-engaged.
Yeah, Rich goes in, and then Teddy tries to look for the kill. A lot of resources just being invested here by DRX, and then UCal.
And it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah.
Andal.
Uh-oh. We got a Rel in trouble. And yeah, it's just kind of free. The Impale is down, but it's kind of a broken place. He spawns as well in a lot of trouble. He's going to be taken down. DRX, what is happening? As DNF, they will take full advantage of this. As here comes the Skarner. No flashy Valkyrie's in because he doesn't have anywhere to go. It's a trade, but he only gets the Alistair.
Sponge is getting caught off guard. Rich is very strong.
He's
very scary,
it, right?
as is Teddy.
Yeah.
They have to. Yeah, they can't do this.
He's gonna send it.
Damage.
And Bulldog's just dead. Okay.
Berserker
is tanking the Baron as a true shot barrage hits the Otacon pit.
Don't do that to him.
Oh yeah.
they barely got the cancel because of the shields.
Okay, well, he did go through the wall quite a lot, but I think he's just dead. All right, well, they killed Pyosik. So the joy of DNF was very short-lived.
What a game! So when Yuko goes in,
he is the strongest.
Exactly.
Right? Well, you got a little engaged onto Rumble, as Dudu's actually pretty tanky. He's got a lot of health, and it's not going to amount to too much. Berserker just okay, gonna arcane shift over the wall. There goes both the sums. As now the Impale comes in, but it's not quite okay. They're gonna actually take out Rich. They get the Gwen. I didn't even realize that Gwen was in there. Yukal Valkyrieing in once again, as he will have to flash away from that. Berserker, he wants more, but they're gonna hold him back for now.
You can only make jokes so many times.
You can keep on saying that, Chronicler.
Before it's not funny anymore. Look at Berserker. Get him a team. He's 6-0 and 6. He came from LTA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He went into the, the time chamber. He got much stronger. He came back. And now they're really putting him to the test.
Yeah, they are.
Life wants blood. He wants more.
TRX, this is good. 1-4. Keep Yukal safe.
Engage onto Skarner. And they're going to get the flash. And there goes Yukal, and he's going to take him out. But will he survive? It looks like, yes, he absolutely will. Just shreds two of them to pieces. Even Bulldog goes down as well. It looks like finally it's paid off for Yukal. A Penta in the works if he can get over there, but it's not going to happen. Teddy takes the kill. Dudu also goes down. It's an ace. And finally, we will have a winner of this game. But truly, it was the viewers of this game that win this one. As down will go the Nexus. DRX win in 36 minutes. And it's a clean 1-0. Nothing to see.
Keep it cool.
Keep it together.
Keep it together, because...
Keep it together, Chronicler.
Even though this was extremely obvious, you yourself banned Nico, which, by the way, would have been great here. Like, they're playing a almost full melee comp.
Guy. Although I do know that you play rogues most of the time for some weird reason.
Well, so I like the idea of rogues, but I'm obviously not.
It doesn't match your personality at all.
Not even. I'm also
the exact opposite. Maybe that's why you play it, right?
I'm also not dexterous or like have great fine motor skills. That's all kind of cooked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think it would be Paladin or Bard, most likely.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, obviously.
Yes,
that's
that is me. I do play Wizard in pretty much every...
Counter ult. Sponge might have an opportunity to kill him here. I would be sad because that would interrupt our great conversation. We haven't got to G-Sun yet.
We got to go down the whole list. We're just going to stop the back here. Sponge, level 7. But buying time for Pyosik to try to make his way down. The TP comes in as well. But Dudu, the nice flash, but he's still going to go down. Can they get a response kill is the question. Bulldog took about 8 years to get here.
There. Cross map does come out here for DN Freecs. They're going to play for the Grubbies. We'll see if Sponge can steal one. Definitely wants to, but they do have enough people here. But if he queues over the wall, he doesn't have flash, so we'll just be queuing to his death. Making the right call not to go for that.
Yeah. Either you take the fight or you just don't kill even one turret. That did happen in game 1. As the arrow, very on point. The engage comes through as the Renata, if she's stunned the whole time, not very good on the disengage. So a nice little pick off for the for DRX. As they will pick that one up.
He's already being set up here, or attempt rather. I don't think they can kill Dudu. He has his ultimate available. It looks like Dayre does as well. Like, Yugo doesn't have that much damage. Does mean that this Drake is just going to be given up. So DRX, kind of a fumble here. Sponge looks for a play. Might kill Berserker.
Yeah, Berserker, he already flashed, so you can't get even further away from the Vi. It only flashes once, and so he's just dead. Something that's in reality with us.
Okay, we're going to get a fight.
Sometimes.
Actual 5v5. DN Freecs, this is where you're strong. You have a ton of CC. Don't let Teddy play the game. Absorb their dive and then counter engage. You got this. You can do it. Oh, maybe they just get it? I think DRX is too late. There you go. That did a thing. Oh, don't engage.
I applaud your play-by-play, Chronicler. Yeah. If we're close enough, you engage into us and we win team fights. If the execution is there. Nice knockback on a Berserker here, though. Gonna throw his cleanse out, but now we've got the Renata in a lot of trouble. As there's the engage, the Mbessa from the bottom rope, as now Pyosik gonna go down in life as well, as it is a very broken up team fight for the side of DNF. And you know who just loves broken up team fights? Is the team with all the engage, where every single character can just run at you one by one and take them down. As now looking for Berserker. Oh, he does have his flash, but he is not going to use it as UCal nearly dies. Oh no, he's just going to die to the turret. There you go. Very low health bars, and DRX saying thank you very much for the Drake.
I think UCal was a little bit too slow with his E there, because Berserker didn't get stunned, right? I think he would have died otherwise. All right, so Drake goes to DRX. DN Freecs, and this is something like, we've been having a lot of fun, right? We've been memeing a lot, but I do actually think that as good as the composition is, we saw there, the one
vibes,
thing...
like, nobody can beat those vibes, except, well, all the teams that beat the LCK Cup. But let's ignore that.
Oh, what a weird and wonderful series this is, Valdez.
Yeah, it's kind of just like farming UCal highlight reels. Like reaction, he's like reaction Andy, and we're just sitting here, we're just like YouTube watchers, just like...
We do.
It's okay, nobody's perfect. Here comes UCal, looking for Bulldog. And again, Rich is extremely fed, so just gonna land that one onto the easy Galio. Chain CC for such a long time, and Bulldog just does not have a way out of that one with the wall behind him and no help from his team. That's just gonna be another setup kill from UCal. And yeah, they're gonna lose a turret for it as well, so.
Holy. Yes.
Right, it was like Pyosik and Life hitting this for the longest time. Berserker was hiding on bush.
They know.
Yeah, they know, and they have 7 different ways to engage. Now,
right.
DNF.
This is a choke point.
Yeah, they got to the objective first. They're forcing DRX's hands. DNF are, as it is going to be smoked down. DNF get it, but the flowers are all going over to DRX, who have position as they take down a bunch of the flowers. There is the arrow in a Bulldog, but the Mikhails comes forward as now the Renata ult is fantastic, and everybody's grouped up for it. There's the engage, there's the trap finally coming to life for DNF. As will they be able to follow up and get any? Rich is going insane mode, and he continues to press that W key. He's just running into them. And yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit too heavy on the wallets. That's about as good of an engage as you could hope for DNF. On the counter there after they take down the Otacon, but it's just not enough.
They did the thing! It worked! Actually, if they weren't that far behind, that fight, they would have crushed it. Actually getting value from the ultimate, kiting back, absorbing the initial blow, but they were... 0 turrets.
They found the ward, by the way. They found the ward. And that's more insult than... That's not the right phrase.
Adding insult to injury.
Kind of. Yeah, that hurts more than it helps, right?
Now they go in.
Yeah, now they go in.
I mean, you have to try. This is a Hail Mary. AK gold behind.
Well, it's better to have tried than to have done
Almost
nothing.
worked last time.
Yeah. Sponge is coming around the back here. There's also a wall. Pyosik is alone in the Baron pit. There's the World Ender, as they say to DRX, you must come into us once again. But that is going to be the kill of the Baron going over to DNF, as now the Renata only going to hit Sponge, as he does go down in a big taunt in the front line, but Bulldog has no follow-up from his teammates. They can't get past the Braum. And the damage of Teddy is just disgusting right now, as Ingo's Rich as well, just hunting them down. And that should be the end of this fight. Everybody getting chunked out by the 2 carries of DRX. And you got the Baron, but that's not the game. Looks like DRX should take the 2-0 tonight.
DRX not going to give up a single turret. 3 and 16. here, and the 2-0 that they got in the play-ins just continued here, as there is nothing that the DN Freecs can do. Really did feel like in this game, you know, and in the last game, it's frustrating. It feels like outside of Berserker going, the proactive moments are just not working out, right? We're not seeing Pioche go in. We're not seeing Life find angles. Dudu is not able to really match up.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.